Your wife comes home upset about her day. She starts telling you about her frustrating meeting, her difficult coworker, or how overwhelmed she feels. Your brain immediately kicks into problem-solving mode. You start offering solutions, giving advice, trying to fix the situation. But instead of thanking you, she gets more frustrated and says, "You just don't get it." If this scenario sounds painfully familiar, you're about to discover what she actually needs from you. Stay with me because at the end, I'll give you a simple technique that will change how she responds to you forever. Here's the truth that most husbands never learn. When your wife shares her problems with you, 90% of the time she's not asking you to solve anything. She's asking you to connect with her emotionally. But because you're wired to be a problem solver, you miss what she's really asking for. Think about it from her perspective. She's had a rough day, her emotions are all over the place, and she comes to the person she trusts most in the world, you. She opens up about what's bothering her, and your immediate response is to tell her what she should do differently. To her, it feels like you're saying her feelings are wrong, her reaction is incorrect, and if she'd just follow your advice, everything would be fine. When you jump straight to solutions, you're accidentally sending her this message. Your emotions are inconvenient problems that need to be fixed. But that's not what she needs to hear. What she needs is for you to sit in the emotion with her, to validate her experience, and to make her feel understood. Let me paint you a picture of what this looks like. She says, "I had such a frustrating day at work. My manager threw me under the bus in front of everyone." Your natural response might be, "You should stand up for yourself. Next time, just tell them off." But to her, you just dismissed her pain and made her feel like the problem is her fault for not being assertive enough. Here's what she actually needs to hear. "That sounds incredibly disrespectful. I would feel humiliated if that happened to me." Notice the difference? You're not trying to fix anything. You're acknowledging her emotional reality and showing empathy for what she experienced. The technique I promised you is called emotional mirroring, and it's incredibly simple. Before you offer any advice or solutions, reflect back the emotion you're hearing. Use phrases like, "That sounds really frustrating. I can see why that would hurt." Or, "That must have been so overwhelming." You're essentially saying, "I see you, I hear you, and your feelings make sense to me." Here's why this works so powerfully. When your wife feels emotionally understood, her nervous system calms down. She stops feeling like she has to fight to be heard. Her walls come down, and she naturally becomes more open and receptive. Often she'll even start problem solving on her own once she feels heard. But here's what happens when you skip the emotional connection and go straight to fixing. She feels dismissed, misunderstood, and alone. She might say things like, "Never mind," or "Forget it," and walk away. She's not being dramatic. She's protecting herself from feeling emotionally abandoned. Let me give you another example. She says, "I feel like I'm failing as a mom. The kids were so difficult today." Your instinct might be to reassure her by saying, "You're not failing. You're an amazing mom. Kids are just hard sometimes." But even though you mean well, you're essentially arguing with her feelings. Instead, try this. "It sounds like you had a really tough day with them. I hate that you're carrying that heavy feeling." The magic happens when you realize that most of the time, she doesn't need you to fix the problem. She needs you to be emotionally present with the problem. She needs to feel like she's not alone in whatever she's experiencing. When you can do that, when you can sit in the discomfort with her without rushing to make it go away, you become her emotional safe haven. This doesn't mean you can never offer advice or solutions. But timing is everything. First, connect with her emotionally. Let her feel heard and understood. Then, and only then, you can ask, "Would it help if we brainstormed some ideas about this?" Or, "Do you want my thoughts on it?" This gives her control over whether she wants solutions or just support. Your wife isn't broken and doesn't need to be fixed. She's a human being with complex emotions who wants to share her inner world with the person she loves most, When you can receive her emotions without immediately trying to change them, you create something beautiful, true emotional intimacy. Here's what will happen when you master this approach. She'll start coming to you more often when she's struggling, because she knows you're a safe place to process her feelings. She'll feel more connected to you because you're meeting her deepest need to be understood. And ironically, when you stop trying to fix her problems, she often becomes better at handling them herself because she feels supported and understood. Remember, being present with her emotions isn't passive. It's one of the most active, loving things you can do as a husband. It requires strength to sit in discomfort without rushing to escape it. It takes emotional maturity to validate feelings you might not understand. But when you can do this consistently, you don't just improve your communication, you transform your entire relationship. Comment below and let me know what you are currently struggling with in your communications with your wife. Click the link in the first comment or check my bio to discover an ebook that can help improve your communication with your wife.